but it's extremely.
Welcome back in, everybody.
Pop, are you listening to that? Hello, everyone.
Golf Talk Radio with Mike and Billy.
Say what to who?
Did you hear all that, Hop?
Did you hear our conversation during the break?
I did not.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Because it was very educational.
It was.
It was.
It's very
We
fascinating.
learned more
actually.
about Billy in 2 seconds.
Yep. And there's, I'm kind
Well,
of.
give me a summary.
Well, there's a couple things because you were talking about
That was
the
fun.
study that was done.
Yeah.
And they used a human to,
Yeah, I think
to
so.
determine the distance on golf balls. Wouldn't you have to account for variation of a golf swing?
Yeah.
as opposed
well,
to-
if it's the same person, hitting it and hitting a whole bunch of them, you can take averages, right?
Yeah.
So they base the Byron from Byron Nelson's swing, but it does make the same swing every single time.
I was just thinking if there's someone who produces more spin with their swing, then a certain kind of ball would go further.
Well, the
or
ball's
not.
what's going to create it, with the spin is from the the ball and the swing combination, right?
Right.
So, but this up in Hagen Oaks, and I'll share it right now, and I'll go through it again. Hagen Oaks is a big golf facility up in Sacramento. I happen to know the owners. The Morton family's been owning that place forever. His little boy, Tom, my friend Tom's kid, his 6th grade project, through the help of the pros there at Hagen Oaks, did a test of different golf balls and want to know which one flew the furthest. So this is a 6th grade study, right? So which ball traveled the furthest was the project, right? So this isn't done with a Byron machine. It was done with a golf professional who hit a bunch of golf balls. But the results are surprising. And so the top three distance-wise, now you're just looking at outcome, total travel distance.
Okay.
With this guy, and that's why it's not up in the 300, with this guy's swing speed, right?
Yeah.
So with this guy, it was 281.9 yards was the Nike 20 XI ball. The Callaway Hex Black was 281.8 yards, a tenth of a yard difference, 3.6 inches difference. Titleist Pro V was third at only 275.8, which is about 6 yards difference, right? So
That's a pretty big difference right there.
It wasn't just like 3 shots they hit. They took about, that is quite a bit. But the interesting thing, so they all traveled the same, roughly the same distance, but it's how they traveled. So, for example, the Titleist Pro V had the highest ball speed. It went 165 miles an hour, but flew the shortest distance. So, which is interesting because of the way the dimples are designed. The Hex balls, they both traveled further. Entirely interesting. The Callaway Hex ball flew further in the air, but rolled the least. So it flew further, but rolled least. The other one flew less and rolled more. So it's really the trajectory and how you want to hit your shot. Is it piercing? Is it high flying and sitting down softer? And that's what the tour pros are looking at, the dimples designs, how the ball flies.
Okay.
So
that goes to my question is there are basic standards about the make of a
basic
golf ball, but there are variations that you can make from ball to maker and ball to maker that makes them different.
Yes.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
The amount of covers and cores they have, there's a 5-piece ball and a 4-piece ball and a 3-piece ball.
Maybe even a 2-piece ball.
He also learned, and this is a 6th grader, so I've learned that just because a ball may travel faster does not mean it goes the furthest. Aerodynamics can play an important role in the golf ball distance, which is aerodynamics is the dimple pattern. They're like little airplane wings.
Are the three of you ready to openly say on the air who your favorite golf ball is?
Oh, absolutely. I have no problem with that. What do you got there, Nikki?
Strixon.
You play? That's right. You've been playing Strixon for a long time.
I went to TaylorMade Amateur A for a while. I'm Project A for a while, but I'm back to Strixon. Very happy.
Why?
Yeah.
I like the feel off the club. It just feels really solid but soft.
Mike?
TP5.
So TaylorMade. And you just said you just went to there just recently.
I only changed when the technology changed on the TaylorMade driver because I started realizing I was using.
They are meant for each other, aren't they?
Yeah.
So
I started realizing that when I used to have the Pro V1 I would use, and I realized with the Pro V1s they were good, but the combination of, like, if I use a TP5, which is the low spin ball, not the 5X, and I mix that with my M5 driver or M3 driver, the spin rate's so low the ball literally falls out of the sky. It's that there's not enough spin to
keep it up
in the air. So the way that I want it. And so then when I actually was doing fittings and I tried some things out, and I thought, you know what, I never even thought about it. It's so obvious.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I need a ball that actually has more spin because this TaylorMade face has twist face technology, which reduces side spin, reduces spin in general.
Yeah.
So then all of a sudden you're like,
So
hey,
you're-
and
so
when I
you're-
switch, I'm talking 12 yards,
But
15 yards.
You are your own. So you mentioned as a machine hit this, and the truth is, a machine can't really tell the ball flight for a certain player,
Right.
Because you need to test your own.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Right, it's because the machine's going to be one style,
Right.
and that's one of the reasons they use people on this. And
Right.
if we hit those 3 golf balls, it might be a totally different answer.
Totally.
Yeah, that was
so. This
kinda
was
my
just
question.
his study.
Yeah, which that's totally
but
cool.
to
I
answer your
love
question,
that.
Hop, I played Titleist when I played professional tour golf. I used the old Titleist Pro Track and it did it forever. So I've been a Titleist guy forever. Then Mike and I, we got on Titleist staff, and then it went to the Pro Vs. When we get to staff, Mike, was it Pro V or was it just the Titleist?
It was.
Because it's been a lot of years since we've been on
It's
Titleist
Pro
staff.
Vs.
So I've been playing ever since. I've tried all the different balls, but I think it's more out of just because that's what I've always done. I'm not against another ball, but I got a bunch of them. They gave me a bunch of them, and I've been a Titleist my whole life since I can remember. I've been a Titleist player. And it's amazing how many Titleist players are. And there are some playing Titleist ball, tailor-made drivers out there, Mike. So
Yes.
how do you explain that? If you're saying that the tailor-made ball matches the tailor-made face.
I like what I was saying earlier. I think it's personal.
Yeah.
It's a personal
And they probably
thing.
have different faces
so, like,
on their
You know,
drivers.
my swing is very unique. It's very it
Cute
can be
as hell.
it can be very flat. It can be shorter. It can be a lot of different things. So, you know, based on how I swing the club, that's what I've seen from doing my own.
Yeah.
What do you call it? My own testing, I
Yeah,
guess.
that's what you
know?
did. You were your
And
own machine.
And I have used golf balls that are harder, like that hex ball that's mentioned there. But the reason and they go farther. But the reason I don't use them is because when I hit them into the green, I can't stop them.
Yeah, so
And so it's a combination of
I can't even hit a green anymore.
it's a combination of like whether it's a
That's a
feel
joke.
or the sound of the feel around the green, like that hex ball. I've hit that ball before around the green. I can't stand it.
Is that the one that looks like the soccer ball?
No, that's the Truvis.
Okay. What
And
are-
actually, that ball is really cool. but
Tom
it-
Watson playing that ball.
That ball's really cool, but it is really soft. It's a very, very
Okay.
soft ball as far as either what I'm hearing or, you know, when Nikki and I went out a couple weeks ago, she goes, "Oh, you're playing a soccer ball." I said, "Yeah, I like it, but it feels squishy. Like when you hit it."
Is it like the one I hit the ball with the butter covered cotton ball?
Yeah, that's probably what it feels like.
little-
I never thought it.
So it's interesting because you gave me the Titleist sleeve, a blue cover
Yeah.
sleeve. I don't know what that
True
was.
Softs probably
Whatever that
or
was.
something? Yeah.
It's different than the Pro VX, Pro V1X, and the Pro V1s, right? It was
I gave you the AVX.
the AVX. So I didn't like that as much as the other one.
That's a softer.
I could tell the difference.
You could tell.
Yeah.
So the question is, can you really tell, or is it what we
I
hear?
could tell.
You
both.
can feel it.
Oh yeah, I could tell.
You can feel
Has
I
it.
that
put-
been
I-
studied? So that's true.
I
You
put them
can't-
both
you
into
can't
play
feel.
when we were down at Montecito. Oh, not Montecito. When we played that scramble. Oh, at the Slow Country Club.
Yeah.
I put them in. We played a little shamble thing up there, and I tried one hole to the next hole where I
Yeah.
used to change the 2 balls. Now I can't tell much between the X and the Pro V. One, I can't tell much difference. I know one's supposed to
It's
spin.
mostly flight.
So
related.
yes, it's
Piercing
or flying high.
flying higher.
And you always the Pro V, which flew high.
The X goes
Is it-
higher. The V is the piercing mid-flight. Ball.
But that other one you gave me,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So it didn't. Yeah, that's so interesting.
And I found that was fascinating because I didn't realize there was that much difference. And it did feel different, obviously, but what I saw was different.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, what I saw off the face.
And the only reason
It's
I
like,
gave
well,
you
that's-
those was
and I could
because-
tell immediately if someone blind put one up, one of
Yeah.
those 2 up, and I teed off, I know which one it was.
See, and you and I had conversations prior to that, and we were talking about, you know, as we get older, changing equipment, changing, you know, not only clubs, but golf balls and different things like that. And so I had heard a lot of guys and seen a lot of guys at Paso Golf Club. We sell a ton of those up there to the older guys,
The X, the blue one,
The AVX.
yeah, the AVX.
you know, and they buy them also in yellow because they can see them.
Right.
And then they've got a characteristic like the Titleist Pro V1, but they're a little softer.
Well, they make the
for-
Pro V in yellow now, right?
Yeah, for a little slower swing speed. And so then after you and I had the conversation, I said, I'm going to give some of those to Bill, see what he thinks. So that's interesting.
No, it's true with Strixon too.
Yeah.
They have the Q Star that I do not like at all.
Is that where you can like
could press
call?
if for help if
Yeah.
you're in trouble in the woods, you can
No?
hit your ball and it says, "Hello, this is Q Star."
It does. Q Star is over here in the woods. Over here in the woods.
Your ball
I
is
see
in the
you
woods.
joking?
I see that you're. I see
You're
that
joking, right?
the Q Star ball. I see that you're in the woods. Should we call the ranger? No, I'm fine, Q Star, but thanks. We're gonna chip it out here.
I noticed you pushed your drive into the woods. Would you like me to locate the ball
Do you
for
need
you?
help? I see you're in the water. No, Q-Star. We're fine.
Stand directly over me. No, stand directly over me.
Wow.
Move me back.
Closer.
Now squat
Nice
down.
mantle.
What if you had a ball?
Now squat down.
Did
Come
that?
on,
That
Hop.
coached
Yeah.
you?
What if
Your
you-
alignment
Hop's
is
getting
off.
a little too close to his ball.
What if you had a golf ball that did that? Like you're getting ready to get a little earpiece?
Nope. Yep. Nope.
It's like, no, your ball's not in the center.
It can just beep when it's set. It's
You
perfect
gotta
off.
scoot it back.
Now before
Okay,
you
you got
tee
it.
off again, kiss me.
I love when balls talk to you.
Oh my God, that would be
But
classic.
you could have a ball that it would beep if it's in the right position in your stance.
Yeah.
So you hear nothing. You got your little earpiece
Yeah.
there, little. What's the one with the cordless thing? And all of a sudden,
Yeah.
beep. You're like, okay, good.
The one that I want to pull out of people's ears.
Yeah, the one you just walk up and yank.
Oh yeah, the little
Your
noodles.
Total side conversation here, real quick. So that the last time we were in here, and I was talking about how those wireless pods hang out of people's ears, and I see them, and it makes me want to pull them out of their ears. So my wife goes, "Oh yeah, I need to get you a new set of headphones because blah 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 lost them." Or I said, "Okay." She goes, "Do you want one of those pods, those earphone pod wireless things?" I'm like, I don't know. I don't think I could do it.
If you had one, I'd run over and pick it
I'd
right
pick it out of your
I'd
ear.
pick
No,
it out
I
of-
know you guys
I would too.
would.
So golf ball warmer. So Hub, it's known that the warmer the climate, and even in the higher the altitude, obviously, and the warmer the climate, the less dense air. I think it's the right way to say it. The ball goes farther. There's no question. It's less resistance.
Absolutely.
But they have ball warmers where you can put in your pocket and they
Mm-hmm.
warm your balls. Do you think they make a difference? Warming
if
your
it's
balls.
really cold, yes.
I would have to say yes because I'm basing it off of what they do with baseballs. They store them. They literally have to store them. They don't have to, but teams do store them.
Isn't
in
that
certain
for
places.
consistency?
Yes.
That's so they're all, no matter what park
And
they're playing the same.
I think especially in Colorado for the Rockies, they actually store the baseballs in some kind of a humidifier or different thing like that because of the altitude. And so what they're trying to do is control the outcome of the travel.
Well,
Well,
Tennis
what about
ball.
the difference between playing golf in, say, Florida as opposed to playing in Arizona?
that's
You know, they're
mean
both
humidity?
hot, but the humidity is
The
Yeah,
humidity.
the humidity will go. It'll go. It's still goes further, but the humidity holds it up a little. I played in both. Goes forever in Arizona and Vegas. My ball just goes when it's in the summertime. Never comes
Yeah.
out. Here's the facts on this thing. The golf ball won't retain warmth for more than just minutes. So once you hit it out there once, by the time you get to it, it's cold again. So it doesn't like the baseball will hold its temperature. Golf balls will not.
Interesting.
So
But it's good off the tee if you got it in your pocket with your hand wrapped around it.
for that first shot.
That first shot.
So multi-layered. We're talking about. There's a mantle technology. It's multi-layered. You know, the rubber ball went out, and the liquid center went out many years ago.
God, I miss the
Rubber band
liquid
balls.
centers.
So do you?
I do. I used to drill holes in them with my dad's drill
And you
press.
always, it's poison. Don't touch it.
Yeah.
Remember that was always.
Well, we would do it because we would see how far down we could get the drill bit into the ball, and then when you hit the rubber bands, they would pop out of the ball like a snake, and they would pop out and then they twist, almost like the what are those the fireworks, the little black pods that you light, the snakes, and
Yeah.
they kind of
black snake. They're black snakes.
and they kind of spin out. That's what we would do when you drill a ball out of golf ball. So the rubber bands go. And they pop out.
There's like a
and then
mile
the
of
water
rubber
would squirt
band.
out of the
Wow.
ball.
Man, we try to see how far it really go. Try to wind it
Yeah,
slowly.
you
Look,
peel
it's
the cover off, and there was the golf ball
They
was
say it
wound
was
with
a
rubber
mile.
band. So you get the end of the rubber band, and you just take it and you kind of toss the ball, and you'd see how long you could keep the rubber band connected. And like you said, was it miles? No, how long? How long was?
they said it was a mile, but I don't know. We never
don't-
got more than a few hundred yards before it broke.
before it snapped.
So-
That was crazy.
You had to get a brand new ball that had fresh rubber bands. You know, the ones you'd find are
Yeah.
old, sitting in there, and they break apart. So there's a counterdict to the ball temperature. Generally, the warmer a golf ball travels further. Some people put them in microwaves and stuff and make them warmer. Again, they don't hold the heat very long. But
Radiate your
warmth,
balls?
yes, they boil their balls.
I don't think
A
you
warmer
should put
ball
them
will
in a
come off the
microwave.
club face with more velocity than a colder ball, encouraging loft. The ball's temperature is also has effect on the bounce. So if you took a hot golf ball, a cold one immediately, you'd see that it has more elasticity, but it doesn't last long. So yes, it's true, but very short period of time, especially in cold weather.
Yeah.
But and colder days do mean the air density is greater. So if it's thick air, like around here, well, down here, not you where you live, but it follows so much farther where you live than here, obviously. and you only live
Well,
45
wintertime.
minutes from here.
Wintertime, it's like it
Because
does
we
not.
live, we live right on the ocean,
Yeah.
and it's dense air. It goes nowhere. So I went out when we played somewhere. Where did I play that was Dutch Everett? I'm like, wow, I really can still hit it.
That's
Because
awesome.
I can't.
Have any of you ever played in England or Scotland?
Oh yes, I have.
I haven't. Nick,
And
you
I
did?
played in Ireland.
How about that? Did you notice a difference there?
It was a long time ago, but I was playing really good golf. So those
No,
years.
I didn't
so,
notice
no,
the difference.
I was
So
still
really-
playing
so
my
you
titles.
were-
It
you
was
were-
Because we were oceanside,
it was like
oceanside
here.
here.
It was similar to here. It was raining.
Yeah.
It was it was similar.
See, the wintertime up in Paso, the ball definitely does
Good.
not travel. I mean, you're talking
But in the
50
summertime, it goes
degrees
forever.
and really cold air. I mean, it does not
Well,
travel.
it says-
But you're right. In summertime, it will.
It says if you're playing temperatures of 50 degrees or below, you need to use more club. The ball will definitely not travel farther. For every
Right.
10 degrees chillier, calculate 2 yards of distance. This is tested off a machine.
Wow.
So 10 degrees chillier is 2 yards of distance. So if you hit the ball with an 8-iron 130 and it's 90 degrees, when it's 90, you're going to hit it 122 when it's 50 degrees.
So would that
So-
flip?
Yeah.
Would that flip the other way?
Yeah. Well, it just says colder. I'm sure it
The
does.
warmer it is,
Yeah,
the
because you
farther
start
it
at
goes.
50 and it goes to 90
Yeah.
degrees. Yeah, it does. So
Interesting.
for 10 degrees, it's 2 yards. So you're playing at 120 degrees. That's that's a lot
So, like, the reason I asked
from what
that,
you normally play. And we normally play 70 here.
yeah.
So man, that's 30 yards. Don't wonder
If
you
you
go so
go,
far.
if you tee off, like, let's say in Paso this morning when I left, it was 55 degrees.
Mhm.
And so about 7 a.m. when I left. And then by this afternoon at 1 o'clock, it's going to be 82, 84. So that's going to be about an 6 to 8
Yeah.
yard difference.
and
But
that's
that's a big plug for an afternoon tea time.
And when
Yeah.
it absolutely is. It's
Yeah.
going to be hot and the ball's going to go far
Yeah.
today, folks.
That's
well,
a cool-
DeChambeau,
that's-
when you listen to him talk to his caddy, talking about air density. So they're talking temperatures basically, right? They're talking how high, how altitudes.
Yeah.
So they're figuring that in, and that changes daily during the round. It changes. So he's figuring it right out to the
Yeah.
But then he hits like a machine. I mean,
the
we
humidity and all
you
that.
know. So when Mike, that one time you hit that great shot, flew over the green. It just was hot. You had a hot blast come down.
Just a hot
It was-
flash.
It was you.
It was a thermal.
By the
It
way,
was
I'm
a-
getting hot flashes, ladies. What does that mean? Guys get.
I get them once in a while.
What's up with that? They're brutal. Have you ever had a hot flash? I'm just
Are
recently.
you kidding me?
Am I having am I a menopause here going on?
Menopause.
Menopause.
Because I'm
Yeah.
getting hot flashes.
Yeah, it's menopause.
Not to get too personal, but they're brutal.
Wow.
I hate them. And it's cold. And
I don't like
I'm
'em.
I'm running outside in the fog.
I just started this year.
Wait
started
till you're
kinda
10
getting
years
them.
older, buddy. You're
Oh,
gonna
I
love it.
can't
Pop,
wait.
do you mind if I ask how old you are?
I just had a birthday and I turned
saw that.
55.
I don't know, man. You're right in the
Happy
middle. You're
birthday,
right
man.
between Mike and me. And happy birthday. I saw that.
Yeah.
bud.
Thank you.
We should probably take our second break here.
Talking balls.
Yeah. Talking Balls is Golf Talk Radio with Mike and Billy, brought to you by Sundale Country Club. Call them at 661-831-5224. SundaleCountryClub.com for the website, and it's home of the Bakersfield City Championship for over 30 years. Check them out again, SundaleCountryClub.com. Stay with us. We'll come back with more Ball Talk.